Good morning. It's the 10 o'clock hour. Welcome to Lovebabz Lovetalk. I'm talking this second hour, and Eric Ray is my guest. You know Eric Ray. I've been raving about this soup across social media for like a week. Sopa. So I had this coconut curry soup that I cannot live without. I swear to God, I was so about to call you and be like, did you bring me some soup?
You found a new best friend.
I did.
Well, like I said, had it not been for that storm,
I would have had some soup.
you would have had some soup right
Damn
now.
weather.
Yeah.
Damn it. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I know you've been like on other people's shows, but I had to have you on my show
Thank you so much.
because I so love that soup. And now I'm looking forward to the chilies.
Yeah, those will be coming.
I'm looking forward to everything that you make now.
Cool.
As long as you don't put cream or butter in things, I'm good.
I'll let you know which ones those are, but
Yeah.
but don't use a lot of that in the soups.
I know that soup was good though.
Good.
I was just telling people I liked it so much. When you brought it to me at the Inner City newspaper, I was drinking it cold right out of the. I was like, man, this is good.
I was surprised, actually. I'm a person that likes my stuff pretty hot. So seeing you drink it cold,
Oh,
I
me
was like,
too.
is that going to be okay?
Yeah.
But
No, it's fine.
you were not too
I'm
bad.
here.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. It was delicious. And so when I warmed it up, I was like, ooh, I really should have some bread with this. And I was like, because I'm trying to not have, white things.
Understood.
So, because I'm trying to trim down.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, it really made me want bread.
It's that kind of I mean, soup and bread, they do kind of go hand in hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't really know you, Eric. I've
Okay.
seen you around.
What do you want to know?
And
I'm
that
an
little
open
bit of
book.
time that I talked to you the other day, I found out you're a life coach
I am.
and you make jewelry.
I do.
You make soup. You're like this Renaissance guy.
Yeah. I'm a musician. I
Oh,
play
that's right. You're a
conga.
musician.
Yeah.
You play with Tabisa.
I play with Tabisa and
Who I
and a couple
adore.
of other folks. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yes.
She's amazing. Yeah.
So you're like this real Renaissance guy.
You know,
Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
right here in New Haven zone. I was grew up in the Hill.
So did I.
Yeah.
But we're like 16 years apart. So you're probably closer to my brothers.
Okay.
Or they might be a little bit older than you. So you grew up in the Hill.
Grew up in the Hill.
Puerto Rican mother.
Puerto Rican mom.
African American dad.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
So that must have been fun.
It was. It was. It's. I always thought of it as kind of like having the best of both worlds. You know.
Do you speak Spanish?
I see. I do speak a little. I understand it more fluently than I speak it.
Okay.
I feel like my accent sounds funny, so I don't speak it too much.
Mm-hmm,
But my mom doesn't let me get away with that.
That's right. Good
So,
for her.
Yeah.
Now, do you go to Puerto Rico often?
I haven't been in a very long time, much to my wife's chagrin. I've been to her island 3-4 times.
Where's she from?
Jamaica.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a fun household.
Yeah. Oh, we have a good time.
Oh, the food is good.
We have a good time.
Oh, I'm coming to where y'all are.
Yeah. She's been to. I've been to her island a bunch. She's never been to mine.
What?
Right?
You better fix that.
I know we do.
How long have you been married?
We've been married for 10, but we've been together for 19.
Eric.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know what?
It's a shame.
You go to take your wife to Puerto Rico.
I'm embarrassed.
And let her see.
And I'm saying it in
Take her
front
up
of
to
all of New Haven right
and-
now. So now I don't have a choice.
Now you don't have a choice. Because people are going to be like,
they're
they're
gonna
going
be
to stop
asking.
you on the street. Did you take your wife to Puerto Rico? You better know. People are
I
going to
know.
stop you now.
I'm telling on myself. It's bad news. Thanks, Babz.
You're
Thank
welcome. Anything I can do to help. So, all right. So the Sopa.
Yeah, Sopa. Mm-hmm.
is the latest venture.
It is. Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about this. Like, of all the things,
Yeah.
because, Puerto Ricans, are they known for soup? I don't know.
You know what? We're a resourceful people.
Uh-huh.
So, we
Like, of all the things to make, I would not have picked soup.
yeah.
I would have said a mean beans and rice kind of thing.
Right. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think Sopa was in part a recognition that we don't have just like a soup shop. You know, we got the Noodle House. You know, you can go 20 different places and get some wings.
I mean, the only soup place is up on Whitney Avenue in Hamden. The Soup Girl.
The Soup Girl.
Is it the Soup Girl?
Yeah, the Soup Girl. Yeah.
And I haven't had her soup.
Yeah, I've had precious little of it. It's, you know, it's fine. But New Haven doesn't have its own thing.
Yeah, which is odd because I would think New Haven would have a little soup spot.
I would think so too. Well, we got one now.
Okay.
There we go.
Sopa.
Sopa. Spanish for soup.
Sopa.
By the way. Yeah. So actually, the genesis of Sopa is an interesting story. I'll give you the quick version.
We got time. We got time.
All right. I'll give you the medium quick version. So my brother and I,
who just friended me on Facebook. What's his name?
Alejandro.
Hey, Alejandro.
Yeah. Shout out to Alejandro. He's awesome. That's my guy. So, you know, so he's quite a bit younger than I. He's 13 years behind me. And I think him and I have been, you know, sort of trying to figure out what we were going to do for business since like the kid was born, really. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. One of the first real sort of successful ventures I had was right at the end of high school, I had an ice cream truck. And of course, my brother loved that.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Career.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you would have a entrepreneurial vibe at that school.
I was trying to get rich. But so you know, so we've been kicking around ideas, business ideas forever, and probably about maybe 4 years ago, we decided we want to do something food related. Both of us are really passionate about food. New Haven's a huge food town. And so we said, all right, so let's think about that. And we had the same idea that you just did, you know, like some rice and beans and some pernil and some, you know, some of that kind of stuff, which is fine. But, you know, it wasn't, we didn't find it extraordinary.
Yeah.
And not only that,
I know what you mean.
You can go find that. You know, there's a handful of places, right? You can find that if that's what you're looking for. You know, we got that. And so fast forward to this summer, and I took a trip to Peru, which ended up being more of a journey, a pilgrimage. Actually,
Everybody's got their eat, pray, love.
Yeah, that's that's part of what that was for me. It was amazing. It was an absolutely amazing experience from start to finish, but also challenging. If you know anything about Peru, the city that we were staying in, called Cusco, is very high up. The altitude, is extreme. Just for perspective. They call Denver the Mile High City. Well, Cusco is 2 miles up.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So did that affect your breathing?
Yes, severely. Yeah, it was hard to breathe. And that, of course, when you can't breathe, that trickles into everything else. Yeah. I wasn't sleeping well. I had constant nausea the whole time, Babz. The whole time I was there. Ooh. It was tough. And so one of the first meals that I could first just stomach, that I could keep down and actually feel nourished and feel good about afterwards, was soup. Wow. We found this little soup house, and it was phenomenal. And the soup was really good. It was simple. I had a cream of corn. You know, pretty basic, but it was amazing, and I felt nourished and I felt full and warm afterwards, and I can just remember that sort of feeling of relief for the first time in Peru, feeling like, oh, this is what normal feels like. It's, you know, it had been, at that point, it had been a couple of days. And so when I came back, I was like, I sat down with my brother. I told him about the whole trip, and I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do soup. And we kicked around some ideas, and, you know, things just started getting deep. And I was like, no, we don't need to go that deep. Sopa, New Haven. And thus,
I love it.
Sopa was born.
So what was the first soup?
The first soup that we did.
Wait, when did you start this? Because I'm just now hearing this. So
yeah. So like I said, I went to Peru in June. So, end of June.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was just ideas that we had our first tasting September, middle of September. So it's been a pretty robust pickup since then. People know about it. People are ordering soup.
I know you see other people on my timeline. What soup delivered?
It's been
Where?
Oh man, it's been fantastic. I gotta say I'm utterly grateful. It's filled with gratitude. For the whole thing.
Is there motivation for a storefront, or do you want to stay?
Eventually, but
because you don't need a big kitchen.
No, we don't. What's nice about the soup is that it's it's delicious. First off, but it doesn't take a whole lot. We don't need a whole lot of different sort of things. It's literally made in one pot. That's what it is. It's soup, right? So we don't need much, but the sort of long range goal is a brick and mortar. Right now, we're really focusing on the delivery service
and building a base,
as well as we're going to be introducing. So keep a lookout for this. We'll be introducing what we call soupscriptions. And a soupscription is you pay a monthly fee, and once a week. You'll have a new soup to try.
Where do I sign up?
Your name is already
that way
on
I don't
the
have
list.
to keep calling and be like, okay, can I get some soup?
That's right.
I was like, oh, my soup is coming today. I'm ready.
Yeah.
That'll make my life better.
Yeah. That's the idea. We want to spread love. That's what it is. We very much think of soup not only as a labor of love between my brother and I, right? Because I love the kid. We want to be in business together. And I'm the older brother, so I can call him the kid, even though he's a grown man. But it's a labor of love for sure between him and I. But also there's a way in which I think soup is about love. Right?
And soup has good stories. Like my church, the Church of the Redeemer, my then minister, Rochelle Stackhouse, Dr. Stackhouse.
Yeah.
We do the stone soup story.
Okay. Yeah.
And and she would announce it the week before, and she would tell everybody, bring a little bit of vegetables.
Yeah.
Like don't bring your whole thing. Don't bring a whole basket.
Yeah.
Just bring a handful of vegetables.
Yeah.
And bring them in. And then at the beginning of church, and then they would turn the stoves on and people would make the soup. Yep. And at the end of the service, we'd have this really amazing
wonderful soup. Yeah. It's healing, it's nurturing. And isn't it amazing that every culture has their own soup?
Yes. And soup is like universal for come and sit. There's always enough.
That's right.
Because you can always pour more water.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's what it is, and that's what I had started to say before. Is that there's a way in which when people growing up, who they don't have a lot, you could always make a wonderful pot of soup.
I'm sorry, is your wife
everybody
Maza?
Gets fed. Maza, that's my wife. Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to Puerto Rico. It's official. I got you, girl. I got you. You are going to.
Hey, Maz.
Sorry.
Hey, baby, love you.
Girl, you going to Puerto Rico. You see how I worked that out for you?
That's my wife. Yeah. So
anyway,
guess we're going to Puerto Rico pretty soon.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
All right, so carry on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, no, but I was saying really that, that soup coming from a place where there may not have been a lot of sort of financial resources, right? You could always put on a pot of soup and everybody could eat.
Everybody could eat.
And it's hearty and it's delicious and nutritious.
Yeah.
Right? And I can't think of a better way to sort of express warmth and love through food than by soup. I mean,
I'm with you.
Literally that first
soup
spoon
and bread
warms you up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Breaking bread. It's like communion for me.
That's what it is.
So
yeah.
So with soup though, I mean you could do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
The kitchen is wide open.
It is. Yeah. Not limited at all. My brother and I right now probably have a list of about somewhere between 40 and 50 different kinds of soup that we'll be rolling out over time. pardon me. We're starting, we're starting basic. We're starting simple. Keep everything.
Oh, that curry coconut was not simple. You think that's simple?
It's it's.
I mean, because I find it challenging to get. I find it challenging to work with curry in that way in a soup.
Okay.
So that's not simple.
It's just about the balance.
It's a nice balance.
Yeah, that's just about the balance. When I say simple, I mean like there's nothing super duper fancy about it.
Mm-hmm.
But rather kind of the experimentation of finding just that right amount of this and the right amount of that to get in there to get that flavor that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And so so I'm not classically trained, but I was sitting at the feet of my mom, watching what she did,
and that's a wonderful thing because mamas know how to get it in.
That's what it was.
So talk about the food lab. Or what is it called?
Collab. Yeah.
Collab.
So it's actually there's two organizations involved. There's City Seed and Collab, and together they have combined. And actually, interestingly enough, I just came from a meeting with Margaret and Carolyn. So shout out to them. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the opportunity. But it's a collaboration between City Seed and Collab, and it's a food business accelerator. And
which is new for New Haven, right? This is new.
They had a pilot cohort with a small group of people, and so this is sort of the first big kind of official. There's 15 food entrepreneurs involved. Yeah.
That makes sense for this town because this is a food town. It wasn't always a food town.
Yeah.
It was primarily just a pizza town.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a pizza town.
Plus.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And you can eat it all around the world here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's so and when you look around at the food business accelerator, it's like everybody's represented. It's really, really fantastic. Yeah. It's a great diverse group of folks. And I think the idea, and I don't want to speak on their behalf, but from my perspective, what I'll say is the idea is to try to remove some of the barriers to getting into the business.
Yeah, because Mubarak Ibrahim is my good friend.
Yeah.
And was my trainer for a good while. And she's my neighbor.
Yeah.
And she talks about often how, she's a food entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And the hoops and barriers. She's like, I'm just trying to make some pies. Yeah. I don't need, industrial whatever,
Yeah.
And so she talks about that and how she is trying to get some of these rules and laws changed.
Yeah.
So that food entrepreneurs can compete and get out there with their food.
For sure. Yeah. And sometimes, it's a matter of, on one end, it's like sharing a piece of yourself. It's like sharing a part of your culture, sharing who you are. And so
with the success of the Sanctuary Kitchen folks, right? Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
I love
it's
that.
Fantastic. And the food is delicious. I mean, the food speaks for itself. That's
like
what
I'd eat anything that they make.
Right. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. Right? Like it doesn't matter what at least for me, it doesn't matter what you put in front of me. If it tastes good.
Although I draw the line at whole camel. I saw a piece the other day.
Although if it tastes good,
I can't do it.
Nah?
No.
Okay.
I can't even eat a cake that looks like a camel. Like I can't eat cakes that look like things.
Okay. All right. What if they're like inanimate objects? I've seen some cakes that look like purses and look like.
See that I could do that.
You could do that.
But if I saw a cake that looked like a baby, I can't do it.
That is a little
like
weird.
Ooh, or a clown or cats or dogs or I saw a cake that looked like a snake. I was like, I can't eat that.
That's a little odd. Yeah,
can't do it. But people like there are people who like snakes.
That's true.
So I'm weird like that.
That might not be so weird. Actually,
I
don't think I want to eat the baby cake either. I don't think I want to eat that. It might be fun to look at. Like, wow, you made that out of cake. That's amazing.
I can't. You know what? I don't. I am a chef by trade.
Okay.
I don't cook professionally. I haven't cooked professionally in 30 years.
Oh.
But I know people who have cast iron palates where they will eat anything.
Right.
Like Mike Moran. Do you know Mike Moran?
I do.
He'll eat anything and anywhere, and he has all over the world.
Right.
Me, not me. Not so much.
Not so much.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I think I try to be open. I'm down to try something at least once.
I won't eat alligator. Can't do it.
No gator?
No.
I've had gator.
No.
Gator's pretty good.
Oh, we were in New Orleans. I was somewhere with my ex-husband. When we were married. We were somewhere, and he had it. I was like, no, I can't do it.
You know what's interesting about gator is that it's It really does
Tastes like
have
chicken.
this. Well, no, it's so people say that all the time, right? And I'm like, okay, but maybe you're not having enough chicken. But it's got this real, like you can taste the amphibious nature of the gator.
I don't want that.
It's part seafood, part land
It's a
animal.
dinosaur. It's a reptile,
and you can taste that.
It's a dinosaur. No.
It's an interesting flavor.
Nope.
Interesting taste.
I can't eat possum.
I've never had possum.
I won't eat rabbit.
I've had rabbit.
You know, I've had rabbit. I won't.
But now you're good with it.
No, I won't even eat ostrich eggs.
I've had ostrich. Yeah, I've had ostrich.
Can't do it.
No, not for you. Yeah. Fair enough. You know, we all have our limits.
Snake, rattler.
We all have our limits.
Yeah.
I got you. You know what I've been wanting to try? I have a good friend who spends a good amount of time in Australia. And she says,
"Oh no,
the kangaroo."
No.
Kangaroo.
I can't. You know.
I want to try that.
But that's Kanga from Winnie the Pooh. I can't eat Kanga. It's like I can't eat Bambi.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Venison? No venison for you?
No. That's too gamey for me. I don't even like duck. I know. It's amazing that I was a culinary student.
Yeah,
I've eaten all these things.
Yeah, but
I don't go back to them. Like I can't. Right. No.
Yeah. Well, it's not a regular thing. It's not like I'm, it's not like I'm having duck every weekend.
I get a little with lamb. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just have an attachment to them as pets. I can't.
Right. Fair enough. I'll spread it around. If it tastes good, if you season it right, I'm gonna eat it.
Oh my God. See, that's what you need. But you know what? If you're gonna be a food entrepreneur, you got to have that kind of adventure.
You got to be
because you will incorporate it back into whatever you're making.
Yeah, for sure. Although there's not going to be any, gator soup coming anytime soon.
Oh, who knows though?
But who knows?
Because there's a lot of New Orleans.
Maybe
folks.
around Mardi Gras.
There's a lot of Louisiana folks.
Right. Yeah. Maybe for Mardi Gras we'll do a special.
And if you go talk to Amoy, she'll make you a guest chef over there at Amoy's.
Right.
And you can put that on the menu.
Yeah. Oh, I love that place.
Oh, I love it because my name is on the wall over there.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, look at a whole corner.
Oh, I haven't been there. Oh, you do have a corner.
I do.
I've seen you in there, actually.
You have.
I didn't know you then. I didn't know you then.
No, you didn't know me then.
Yeah.
No,
I've definitely seen you. It's pretty ornate in that corner.
Yeah, yes.
Kind of like you.
Yeah, well, maybe. It's a fun place.
Yeah,
it's a good place. The food is good.
When
I want my catfish fix.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you could go everywhere with soup.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, every culture has some kind of soup. Italians have their soup, pasta fagioli.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
don't know what kind of soup do black people like. We don't have a. Maybe wait. Let me think about that.
Yeah.
Let me see what I grew up. I grew up with. I remember having soup with ham in it.
Okay.
More bean-like than soup.
Yeah. Okay.
But maybe soup like lima beans.
Yeah.
Ham hock.
Yeah, we got
kind
a
of thing.
7-bean soup that's pretty out of sight.
Yeah.
Got some kale in it. Got some other good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. What's your favorite soup? Do you have a favorite?
You know what? It changes. When I started this, I could have told you hands down it was the sancocho, which is actually the one that's on sale right now.
That's what Harry likes. What's in that?
Sancocho. Sancocho is it's a Caribbean root stew. It's smoky.
That's what Harry wants.
Yep. It's got a bunch of different roots in it, yuca and yautía, and it's got carrots. It's got some other roots that I can't call to my top of my head right now. But it's delicious, and it's thick and hearty, and the magic of it is that it stews for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So the meat that's in there is fall apart tender, and the thickness that you get from it is from the length of time that you actually stew it.
So when do you start cooking? What is it? Tell me the process. Give me the process of you wake up one day. It's like, okay, this week it's Italian wedding soup and tomato bisque.
Okay, so we're floating through. So right now we have 4 soups in rotation.
Okay,
right, and that'll grow over time.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way that we're doing that is 1 soup a week. But that will change over time as well. we're just kind of ramping up and getting things started. So we're trying to keep it small and manageable so that we're making sure that we're delivering the highest quality product every time. So this week it's sancocho. So we put a little note out and we'll say, hey, this week we're making sancocho. You put your orders in, and then we cook over the weekend, and then folks can take delivery on typically Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of the following week, depending on what they like. So last week, as you know, we did the coconut curry.
Yes.
And we did very well with that. And then this week we've got sancocho on the menu. And then what'll happen is over time there'll be
two soups,
then 3 soups to pick from, then 4 soups to pick from, and then you put your order in by a certain amount of time. This way we know how much of each soup to make because everything is made fresh, so it's all small batch.
So now you're gonna trick out your containers with labels and the whole thing.
We'll have labels
and instructions on how to heat it and
all that,
freeze it.
Yeah.
I like this soup deal.
All that.
When I was a grad student in New York, I used to go to what's the little soup place? There's a soup place in New York, Daily Soup.
Okay.
When I was a grad student at Baruch, and I'd go to the Daily Soup and get soup. Yeah. Walk down the street from my class and go get some soup. Yeah. I love the Daily Soup.
Well, it's you know what? Soup is so good for. I think of the amount of college students we have in this town, and it's like that little piece of home.
And some, late night delivery. Yeah. Because you can get late night cookies delivered. You can get some late night soup.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can have that. So, and it's a wonderful opportunity. Like I was having this conversation a little bit earlier. There's a way in which soup, sort of invites connection with people. But even if you're having soup by yourself, there's a way in which that kind of represents like self-care.
Yes,
right?
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah, it's like love.
Yes,
right. So you can share that love with somebody else, or you can have all that love for yourself.
Yes,
and it's fine. It's fine. However you want to do it, however you want to enjoy the soup, that's what it's there for.
So you have to go shopping for all these ingredients.
Yeah, so we have to pick up the ingredients. We get everything fresh. We make the soup. The order is climbing this week, so it'll be.
So what does the orders look like? How many? 50 people, 20 people, 10 people?
Yeah, right now, the last I looked at the numbers, we were at about 15.
Oh.
15 quarts.
Whoa, yeah. That's a lot of soup.
It's a lot of soup, yeah. But hopefully, maybe after the show, it'll be 30. Who knows?
Well, if I put my order in.
It's all good. So I had I had an uncle who passed away. But he owned a restaurant. And so I inherited a lot of his kitchen equipment. So we have these huge
stock pots.
And so we're not even really close to capacity yet. We can still handle a lot more.
Oh, good.
Soup. Yeah.
Now, where are you cooking at your house?
Right now, it's commercial. We need to be in a commercial kitchen. So
where is there a commercial kitchen? Do you have to look around?
So we can use any kitchen.
Okay.
Any commercial kitchen, as long as if the owners will say, yeah, you can come in. Typically, you have to rent it and pay a little something. But then City Seed has one as well.
Have you used theirs?
That we have access to. Okay. We haven't used it yet, but
talk to our boys. They got a beautiful kitchen over there.
Cool. Yeah.
Talk to them. Be like, look, this is gonna be keys, and you can I'll pay you some rent.
Yeah.
I'll pay you whatever.
Right. Yeah.
No, I mean not whatever. I mean, listen, we're a startup.
Yeah. So we actually have a guy that we're working with out of West Haven. We're going to see how things unfold with him.
Okay.
And then, but eventually, we'd like to be back in town.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just want to make sure you have options.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because I think
we're going to need them. I think.
Because I don't know if I'm trying to think where there's an industrial kitchen.
Yeah, there aren't many that are kind of open. Well, to be fair, none of them are open to the public. So you've got to kind of approach people and say, would you let us use your space? We'll pay some rent at night. And we'll stay out of your way.
And talk to the Omo people. Jason Sabaliski.
Oh, yeah.
The Black Hog.
Right, yeah.
Just shut down KCS and opened Omo.
Yeah.
And they don't want to tell anybody, but they're primarily vegan.
Yeah, they're doing big things over there.
I know. Yeah. I went to their dinner party at the farm, at the Yale farm.
Okay.
It was fancy.
Nice.
They had some butternut squash soup. What?
Yeah. That's big this time of year. Yeah.
I love butternut squash. I love that it can be creamy without cream.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I love.
And it's in season.
And it's in season.
It's in season right now.
So I was like, I might freeze mine so I can have it in the summer when I really want it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the other wonderful thing about soup too, is you put it in the freezer and it comes out better.
Yeah.
Than when you put it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's we love that part of it too.
Yes.
It's very storable.
And that, you're right. And if you didn't want to eat it all right then and there, you can save it. Now, are you amped up for Thanksgiving? Do people want soup for Thanksgiving?
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay,
but
right.
we'll
look at me. I'm jumping ahead.
That's okay. We'll put something out there, and if people,
it's like, because people don't want some soup.
If people respond to it, we'll do that. Right now, I've got some tentative plans to travel for Thanksgiving.
Oh, but I ain't trying to cook.
My brother may be around, so he may be filling the orders that week. So we'll see how it goes. I don't want to overwhelm him, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure he can handle it.
All right. Is he listening? I'm just getting your whole family in trouble.
That's right.
Your wife's going to Puerto Rico. Your brother's cooking for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Like, Babz, stop. She's getting us in trouble.
He's not listening at the moment, but he will be. He's at work right now. So we just volunteered him. He'll find out in a few hours. It'll be
like,
fine.
What is that? Who is she? Tell her to mind her business. Volunteering me to cook for Thanksgiving soup.
That's all right.
That's all right. So tell me about the jewelry part.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
How far in advance do I have to put in my order for Christmas presents? Now?
Yeah, put it in now.
Okay.
Put it in now because, things get busy.
How do you find time to do all these things? Tell me about the jewelry part because it's beautiful.
Thank you. So the jewelry started because I like giving gifts.
So does your wife have nice jewelry?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought I'd have to shamelessly press you to make her more jewelry.
No. She's got some of the finest pieces. I made her these. She's a huge Wu-Tang Clan fan, so I made her these Wu-Tang.
Oh, earrings. Your brother did jump in.
There he is. See, there he is. You're getting me in trouble, Babz. Did he have good stuff to say?
He's like, "Oh, I'm around."
Is he
caps?
He is around.
He's like, I had to jump in real quick. Now I gotta go back to work.
Love you, man.
Hey, Alejandro.
So I made her these Wu-Tang Clan earrings that she wears almost
of course.
every day.
Who doesn't have Wu-Tang earrings?
Not many. I haven't seen them around. She gets compliments everywhere she goes. Yeah, no, she's got some of the best pieces actually. She's got some really cool stuff. Right. I made her some custom stuff. I made her some stuff that I won't make for anybody else.
Whoa! See, that's true love.
She's got the exclusive.
Look at that.
Yeah,
although if you make it, just jack the price up. So it's like,
no, I won't make it. She won't let me.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, girl.
I can't see anyone else anywhere with this.
That's right, girl. That's right. And if you do,
it's going to be problems.
It's going to be problems.
No, but that's how it started. It started as gifts. I'm a tinkerer. I like to work with my hands.
No. This is more than just tinkering. Like jewelry is a very defined, specific thing. Because you could tinker and make like model cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was something about jewelry that sort of appealed to you.
Well, so I guess all right, so fair enough. I guess I think about it as it's like wearable art. I
like that.
That's how I think about it.
Okay.
It's wearable.
So is it just bracelets?
So that's the thing I do most often.
Okay.
But if somebody asks me for something,
are you going to be around for the holidays?
Yeah.
Like are you going to be? Because there's a bunch of little things going on. Like I know the city. The mayor's office throws some kind of open holiday bazaar where people set up and you can shop.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then Saturday is Small Business Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's coming up. Yeah.
Put some of your work in some of these little galleries.
Yeah, there's a spot in my part of town. I live in Westville now. They have a little studio over there that is having a little event.
Lotta Studio?
Yeah, Lotta.
I love Lotta Studio. Miss Tina?
Yeah.
And them? Yeah. Miss Tina and them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm always in there.
Yeah, they have a thing going on that I'm gonna see if I can kind of squeeze in there.
Oh, please do.
Because
I bought some stuff last year. They had a guy that was making iron keychain things.
Oh, nice.
And I bought one and had him engrave my name on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it was a heart because I love hearts.
Yeah.
So it was like this iron heart keychain thing. I just thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And it was so economical. I was like, I want that.
Great.
So I bought it.
Yeah.
So go and be a part of that.
I'm gonna do that. That's it. So that part of the work that I do is that one's been kind of going by word of mouth. So I haven't done a lot. Oh yeah, that is beautiful.
I love this piece.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. It's so heavy and substantial.
It does look substantial. Yeah. I have a an Instagram feed.
Yes.
Where I put my stuff out there.
That's where I saw your stuff because you told me go to Instagram. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because I want to get somebody a Christmas present and a bracelet and I love the tree of love.
Mm-hmm. Tree of life. Yeah.
The tree of life.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah, I have a couple of different versions of that. I call that one the Elm City series.
I like that.
Yeah, and the two, if you notice, there are two different styles of tree. One is the East Rock and one is the West Rock.
Oh. I think I'm on the West Rock side.
Yeah.
Because I live on the West Rock side.
There you go. So.
Oh, now you don't got beef with people. East side, West side.
It's just trying to show some love to the city. That's really what it is. It's not about. Oh
no, we're gonna make it that. Get your East tree, get your West tree.
Get your West Rock, get your East tree.
Get your East Rock tree and your West Rock tree. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah. So the newest series that I'm doing, the one that'll be available for this holiday season is called the Stone series. And while I was in Peru, I got a bunch of different stones.
That
are like these cabochon shapes. And I'll be making a whole series of those probably. Typically, I try to make about 10 or 12 in a series, so it's limited number. All of them are different. They're all unique. So different stones, and there'll be different leathers. All the leathers upholstery grade, so it's all really nice.
So, what is it about being an entrepreneur that interests you and excites you? Because you have to be excited to sort of want to work for yourself, and do your own thing.
Yeah, it's hard work for sure. So you got to be passionate about it, and I think that's what it is for me. I think
because I know you've held jobs in places, and you're just like,
not my thing.
Yeah,
it's not my thing. So so part of this is a sense of self-determination. Part of it is part creative expression. To be honest with you, I like to build things. I like to create things.
So how does that work with the life coaching piece?
So with life coaching, that's about me being in connection with people. I have a passion for people.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love people's stories. I love talking to people.
Yeah.
My favorite thing.
I think you learn a lot about not only the other person, but a lot about yourself.
Yes.
As people, this is how we're built. We're built to understand story.
Yeah.
Our brains are literally wired to learn from story.
Yes.
It's how come I can describe something and you can have that picture in your mind of the thing that I'm describing.
Yes.
And so, so being in relationship with people, being in connection with people, I think is a powerful modality for growth. And so
if you're open to it,
for sure. And so that for me has been, part of the reason why I got into coaching in the first place. It's sort of my natural way of being in the world.
Yeah.
And when I discovered that this was actually a profession, like I could do this and be certified and get paid for it, I was like, whoa, what have I been doing with myself? Let me jump into this. And it's been great. Yeah. Yeah. I've got some videos coming out pretty soon, just talking about there's a couple out already, just talking about various topics. I got one on fear. I got one called reset, regroup, and refocus.
You need to talk to men. Men need a specific course around vulnerability and communication and how not to be asshats.
Well, I agree. First off, let me
don't
say
take
that.
it personal.
No.
I'm just saying.
No. I agree with you. And I think so I've got a webinar coming out called "How to Be Invincible," and we go through things like growth mindset, how to be resilient, and how to be in the world with your values.
Oh.
How to identify what your values are, because I think this is a thing that we don't do very often or intentionally.
Yeah.
Right? You ask somebody what their values are, and most people are going to be actually stumped for a second. They'll say like, what do you mean? And then when you dig a little bit
do
deeper,
you value not killing people?
Right.
I mean,
so, stuff like that. But then when you dig a little deeper, it's like, okay, so they might say, I really value truth, or I really value loyalty. But then you take it a step further and you say, well, how does that actually show up in the world?
I was just going to say that. Where does that show up in your life?
Right. And that's the part where things fall down. So if you don't have a clear sense of what your values are to begin with, how are they going to show up anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. That's just like a crapshoot. You just get lucky. I just happen to get lucky and live by my values. Well, let's be a little bit more intentional.
So on the back of your soup, you need to put little value statements.
Yeah.
Like, like Philosophy, the company that makes the lotions and the soaps and the
right.
Ta-da.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're starting with is gratitude.
Okay.
Because we believe that gratitude is really a great way to unlock all kinds of other things. It's just in the human spirit.
That's a big deal.
Psyche. Yeah, it is.
It's a big deal.
So we're offering these little prompts on gratitude. How to be grateful in the world, for example. So just little things that might be like, sort of think about, a thing that you're grateful for today. It could be tell somebody about a thing you're grateful. Like, I am grateful to you right now for inviting me on the show. So
I'm so grateful that you came
very much
and brought soup to my life.
I deeply appreciate it.
I love soup. Yeah. I don't want to cook it.
Well, there you go. So
I don't want to buy the ingredients. I don't want to throw them in the pot. That's terrible, but I don't want to do it. Yeah, so I'd rather just, like, if I know somebody's making good soup, I'd like to buy it.
Yeah. Well.
And support the entrepreneur spirit.
I'm your guy.
So what is the hope and the dream for all of your creative endeavors? Is there an end game?
Love. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to spread some love.
Okay. That sounds good. So what would that look like? You want everybody to have your soup in their hands?
I would love to have. I would love for everybody to have the soup. You know what it looks like? To me, it looks like connection.
Okay.
It looks like connection, right? Like, here's the thing, that you and I don't have to agree on everything.
And we won't.
And we won't, right? And that's okay. We can still be in relationship. We can still be in connection with each other.
That sounds like marriage.
That's what it is. My wife will definitely tell you the same.
That sounds like
we do
marriage.
Not agree on everything. No, but it's a real thing. It's to say that, we collectively, we can do so much more together than any of us could do.
But
on
I don't think we're meant to sort of agree on everything.
No,
because we're individuals.
That's what makes it beautiful, right?
Yes,
that's what makes it beautiful.
And if I can hear your perspective, it might change my perspective,
right? Or maybe not.
And
that's okay.
Maybe make me hunker down further in my perception of things. So.
Yeah. Well, part of that is what I'm trying to avoid, which is to say that there might be a medium. Maybe there's somewhere in the middle that we can meet. But regardless of all of that, we can still recognize and support and love each other's humanity. Right? We can still do those things. We can still be in relationship. We can still be good neighbors to each other.
Yes.
We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to see eye to eye. We don't, all of those things. But, it takes a village, right? Like we've been saying that for forever and a day. And
since we've been in this country.
We've lost that sense of what the village is.
Yeah.
And so the diversity of perspective is beautiful. And just because, you see it this way and I see it that way doesn't mean that now I got to hate you.
Yeah.
It just means like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're coming from that angle. That's great. I'm going to be over here. And it's fine. And more power to you. How can I help support you in what you're doing? And here's what I need from you.
So, doing this soup thing, do you have a business plan?
Yeah.
Are you looking for investors?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do people know that?
Right now they don't, because we haven't gotten to the official pitch part. We're working out some of the kinks.
Okay.
But we're growing every week. I mean, every week. The first week that we did this, I think we had maybe 4 or 5 orders. Now we're up to somewhere around 15.
Okay.
Maybe after the show that'll be different. But we're right now we're in a building phase, so we're trying to figure out some things so that when we do get ready to talk to investors and they have questions, we'll have answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's it. That seems smart.
Yeah. But
Are you nervous?
But I'm open. If people want to approach us, let's talk.
Are you nervous?
No.
So you feel at ease with all of this?
Okay, so being nervous and being at ease, those two different things. I'm not nervous. I feel like we have something excellent. And I think it's going to be amazing.
What do you need, Harry? We got 1 minute?
We got 1 minute. Man, that went by quick.
Oh, you're right, Harry. I'm looking at the class like, whoa, we are flying out of here.
That went by fast.
It does go by fast.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you have a good conversation.
It was a good conversation. It is a good conversation.
So, Eric, tell people how to find you.
Sure. So if you're looking for all the things, so the cuffs are at Cuff as Leather, CUFFA.
Yes.
S.
And beautiful.
Leather, Cuff as Leather on Instagram, so you can find me there. The soup is at SOPA New Haven, so you can go to Facebook and SOPA New Haven. Look us up; you'll find us there. We got a little
SOPA
New Haven.
New Haven.
Yep, and the same is true for Instagram. SOPA New Haven, same thing. If you want to send us an email, it's sopanewhaven@gmail.com.
There you go.
You can get on. If you send us an email, you'll get on the mailing list, and we'll shoot you.
I'm on the mailing list
about when the soups come out. And then you can put your order in, and we'll fill the orders.
All right. So what's the soup for next week? Because you already know.
Sancocho.
Sancocho.
Yeah, sancocho.
I'm going to order some for Harry.
Great.
So it gets delivered next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Harry, I'm ordering you some sancocho.
It comes with a little side of rice.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds good.
Good stuff.
I'm going to order him some and me.
There you go.
So we can get two for whatever the price is. So. Thank you, Eric Ray.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed this. You have to come back and talk to me some more about all this stuff
again.
It'd
be my pleasure. Anytime.
Seriously, I want to stay on top of and connected to the growth of this SOPA.
I'd be happy to.
Seriously.
So, yeah, I'm serious too.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you,
All
Harry.
right, everybody. Pundits is up next. So I will be back to talk political-ish with my team. And thank you for listening to Lovebabz Love Talk on this Friday. I had Eric Ray from SOPA, New Haven. I'll see y'all.